You're a very quick man, Ducky. It's a pleasure to have you. How are you doing today? Just setting up one or two things before we're ready to go 110%. So, just bear with me. If there's a bit of a delay to any of your conversations or anything like that, just... The joys of when that ends up happening. Nothing better than when you end up having like a good case of schneezing and there's nothing you can end up doing to stop it. Anyway, the couple of elements that I needed to end up getting done there have now been resolved. So it is now time to go back in to the wonderful save that is our Liverpool game. We have Liverpool versus Galatasaray next. We'll see how we end up doing. As for yourself there, Doc, I hope you start feeling better soon. It's horrible to hear that you haven't been feeling good. So hopefully, with time, you'll start to feel better. And everything will be bright as rain. Everything will be good and proper and happy. Yeah, so that seems to be grand. But that's a pleasure to hear. And hopefully the sneezing ends up giving some reprieve in the not too immediate future too. Because I do understand how annoying that can end up being. Anyway, the last time we ended up coming on here, we had a good display with our national team that we are performing for, which is none other than the mighty Portugal. And we have been doing and we've done well with them. And now we will continue to go forward into another round of Champions League football, an area where we have done well, and we will see where we continue to go from there. I did notice that you had posted that into the Discord, Duck, and and one of the elements of enjoyment I ended up getting out of it, as I stated in the chat itself, is that at least it's not only me that has situations where their strikers just die a categorical death and you get nothing out of them. It's the most annoying thing in the world when that happens. So one of our big problems in this particular save at the moment is the fact that City are just monsters this season. Now, we haven't faced them yet, so we'll have a chance to end up evening the score a bit when we end up going up against City. And hopefully that's going to be the most important game we have all season. And we'll do everything within our power to ensure that for that game we end up winning anyways. As is typical, you're hoping everything ends up going well, and a couple of issues end up coming up here. I'm having a couple of nasty issues occurring here on the streaming side, so hopefully all is grand with ye. Hopefully there isn't any audio issues or anything like that. Twitch is screaming like a Christmas tree about the fact that I have a bad bit rate, which is astonishing because I have pretty good internet at the moment. So if you do end up having any issues with me, please shout it out, and I'll try to rectify them as best as I can. Yeah, Kelleher, who asked to end up leaving and is with one of the Irish or one of the Saudi Arabian clubs, and yet getting paid nothing, which is funny. The joys. Yeah, it's funny that how something as simple as a cross can end up allowing uh, a substitute to end up coming in, and substitutes can make such an immediate impact when people are just shockingly crap. Like I mentioned there that Marcos Leandro isn't having the best season for me, and he isn't, even though he's 11 games in with 7 goals and 1 assist, which isn't bad stats. It's bad for him. Like, that's bad for him. And basically, he seems to be one of those players who just waits until half times or moments of speciality in order to do it. With that being said, he's here for 49 games thus far with 41 goals, so he's been playing phenomenally well. So you can't complain too much about him, even though, you know, I am. But I guess it is now time to end up doing my usual stint of trying to prolong things until we actually get to a point where something happens. Duck, how is your Wednesday going? Is there any news with you? Is it all going well? Other than the fact that you're currently having a bout of the tickles in the throat. What, or nasal passages. How has the day been treating you? Well, I hope you start to feel better later on. I hate to hear about anyone within our great little community not feeling up to the schnuff. Yeah, a couple of interesting players. Like, he doesn't have bad stats, but he's been playing really weird for United, and he wouldn't be our cup of tea anyway. Well, I don't think you'd end up getting someone from United to come over to Liverpool anyway. Maybe you would, but I don't think so. I've salvaged the AZC2. Not too bad. How was things going with that? The last we had heard, you had a nasty interaction with Ajax, wasn't it? Um, has it been going well for you? I will say one of the things that's been happening a lot, and maybe it's a good thing, maybe it isn't, is that most of my players seem to be being kicked out of their international duties, and it's it's left a wee bit of tension on some of them being a wee bit angrier than normal in order to try and get to where they want to be. But there's not really much I can do to that fact, or at least I don't think so. So it's a bit annoying that they're annoyed. I think We're best to go Silva and Kanate here. Trent, they say, is tired, but he doesn't actually appear to be. And Gomez is tired. So we'll go with Vanderson. And Gundo. Kone is definitely tired. So we're going to have to swap Kone, and I believe... Yeah, you're not back yet, so we'll go with Zhao and give Zhao a run out. Came third behind France and Ireland in the automatic European qualifications. Were you Ireland before in that particular save, or has Ireland just managed to build their credentials? Because I have started to notice a bit, even in this save, Ireland have a couple of uniquely strong youths coming through, and it's nice to end up seeing it as an Irishman myself. I believe, yeah, go Jorginho and Marvin Henry here, and do the swap on the two lads. So put in Efe and Silva and see how they end up doing. Now, the one other change that we end up making to this as well is that we play Jason. Now, maybe it's a bad idea to pick a 17-year-old in these particular type of games, but he's an incredibly good training rating, and he's been doing well in his last couple of matches, like 7 appearances, 5 appearances, 7 conceded. Isn't the greatest stats, but I mean, he's been performing good, and his recent development has been coming up well. So we'll see. Like, he's close to elite in XG percentage. He's close to elite in goals conceded. He's close to elite in interceptions, and he's a good bit off in pass completion. So we'll see. So it's interesting in your particular case, then, Duck, that Ireland are doing surprisingly well. But we'll go into this match anyway. Maybe we won't. Mike Barry seems to be tired, so we'll put Alexis McAllister in instead, and we can sub him later on. We have 2 people that are a wee bit unmatched sharp, but everyone else is grand. We'll see how we end up doing. Galatasaray are an okay team. They're not the strongest team in the world, but we should be grand. They have Lerma, though. We had him in Palace. But we'll go in, and we'll see how we end up doing. Yeah, and then our requisite young man being given his number only for it to be taken off later on. We're in strong formation. They're not in great formation, although, to be fair, that has a lot to do with the fact that we don't have the Turkish League formatted. Again, because I'm a twat, but we'll worry about that later on. If I end up winning with Liverpool, then I might end up doing a fresh save. Like, if I win either the Premier League or the Champions League, I might end up doing a fresh save, which will end up bringing in the bigger area as well. Do you have any life lessons that one learnt the hard way that you recommend everyone does? I think everyone should, at some particular point in time, preferably in your youth where you can end up dealing with the annoyances of the people in it, work in retail. Because it teaches you retail and customer service or tech support, because it teaches you 2 things. It teaches you that people are inherently arseholes and that people are inherently idiots. And that is really important for when you're doing your job, because it helps you figure out that and how to improve elements to make it better for people. And it also gives you a better idea of yourself and how to interact in your own personal life so that you're not an arsehole or an idiot. So for me, yeah, it's work at least 6 months in retail. No bother. If you need to go, you need to go, Duck. Thank you so much for the conversation thus far. That reminds me, in the last one, Duck ended up reminding me that I need to create an unlurk command. Cool. So both of them should be set up there. Not too bad. And we're playing well. I wasn't paying any attention. That's a really good shot by Marvin Henry. That's really good to end up seeing that he's playing well now as well. Because he has been getting a bit of a rocky start. To his life at Liverpool. He's been injured a bit and hasn't gotten the best way that he needed to be. We're getting a penalty here as well, which is nice. This is where we need Bruno, because Bruno's after getting a hat-trick in his last 4 games with Portugal, with penalties being one of the principal reasons, and then we have Alexis McAllister screwing it up. Where's Bruno when you want him? But like, to be fair to McAllister, he saved it. He saved it. He butchered the penalty, but he saved it with Silva's incredible cross and Belinder's belligerence. God, we're destroying Galatasaray, and it's beautiful to see. And it's just a load of stupid mistakes that Galatasaray are making too. So, you know, beautiful that everyone seems to be getting a bit of fire underneath their step. I mean, with the way this is going, this could end nigh on up at 6 or 7-0. Funny that he's the best player on the pitch when he missed a penalty. But I mean, he has 4 key passes and 1 assist as well as his goal. So yeah. And he is the highest XG marker of anyone on the pitch as well, I suppose. So that helps. I mean, that's a bonkers XG map there, but that just isn't true. That stat there from the team analysis, that just isn't true. Like, even the passing network is in their half. So that just is not true. Funny that it thinks it, though. Oh, the poor bastards have 2 injured players, too. Let's keep going. This might be a good enough performance where you'd be tempted not to actually sub off anyone and let them just continue to play through their performances. Maybe take off the one or two people that aren't performing at the optimal point of view. But, you know, maybe it's better to leave people and just let them have their good performances when they have them. Thunder. Well, thanks for watching in the background, so pleasure to have you here, man. Although, that's weird. Wow. Directly into the corner, too, by Henry. So not bad work by Henry. But we have two complacent guys there. I hate seeing complacency. Even when we're winning like this, and it's understandable that the complacency comes in. I do absolutely despise seeing it. Because you never know. Things can go like this. Things can go wrong. What's the tactic called, Duck? Is it known as the bottler? As if you're copying anything from Garrett Southgate, that's the only name it can be given. Tarngate. I mean, to be fair, it is Tarnacious that he ends up trying some of the crap that he tried. So maybe. Yeah, make the 5 subs, because screw it. If we get an injury at this point, we'll deal with it. We have enough of a buffer that it'll be hard to see how things end up going. God, I need to shut up. Well, it's just allowed, but like that's bonkers. That's actually kind of bonkers that I'm just talking and then that ends up happening. And he rocketed it off the back of the net too. But yeah, I mean, good to see us playing well in the Champions League. It is the area. Oh, Jesus, Milos, run through them. Because like we have a chance at something here. We're keeping up. Is that Charlie Tracy? It is. It's our book. Yeah. God, he's a mixed bag in terms of how he's doing with Celtic, unfortunately. We've performed dominantly in every single one of our matches except for our first one versus Atletico Madrid, which was the one that ended up getting us our loss, unfortunately. Is this bollocks? Okay. So there is something wrong with my system today, and I don't really know what to do about it. Am I coming through okay now? Yeah, if it does continue to be a problem, unfortunately might have to leave it as a shorter than average stream today and hope that things end up settling up. Didn't even have this many issues with the power, if you believe it. But hopefully things end up settling itself up and we'll end up being grand. But do let me know, call it out, and I'll try and sort things out as best I can. So thank you so much, Duck, for calling it out. I mean, it's interesting that the top 3 teams at the moment are all English teams. City are down. Barnsley, Pierre, Luguini, Cornelia. Colinia. Is that how that is? Barnsley, Pierre, Luguini. Or is that meant to be Luigi? Luigi Colina. That's a brilliant name, I suppose. Pleasure to have you here, my good man. How's life treating you? Anyway, after a good performance like that, it makes us look forward to our next Premier League game, where unfortunately we need to keep our neck on events, because it's fascinating that City are bottling their performances in the Champions League, being down here, which means that they have lost 2 games in the Champions League. And to be fair to AS Monaco and PSG, that does make sense. Not too bad, Duck, not too bad. Well. All of them that want to chat, I suppose. Oh, I don't have any. I couldn't be arsed with that. I just talk about my crap the when I end up talking about my crap, and Bob's your uncle happy out. But they won against Bayern, so that's a good result for them. They are annoyingly persistent in the Premier League, but we'll see if we can end up vanquishing them at some point. Our match with them is coming up soon-ish, I think. And soon-ish is fucking way away, so... No, it is soon, yeah, ooh. So we have Bournemouth and then we have City. So we do have to go weak against Bournemouth, but we have to go obviously strong enough to win. But we do need to go weak enough in order to give a full account of ourselves against City, because we need to go full power against City. I wonder if Bournemouth have created a new stadium and that's why it's not showing it. Oh, they're trying to give me a contract again. Fair enough. I mean, fair enough. With the 5% pay increase, it ends up giving us a good little value. Although, to be honest, this is the sign of sheer hypocrisy amongst me. I am nothing if not an honest hypocrite, because I outright refuse to give yearly pay increases to my players, and yet I am brazen enough to have the sheer hypocrisy to continue to do it for myself. But I mean, why not? Why not be a hypocritical arsehole? Ooh. €53 million release clause. A couple of interesting stats. I've never heard of that role before. I don't know what that role does. Very interesting. There's a significant chance here, too, that if they win, which they didn't. Okay. So Tottenham ended up losing to... I'm never pronouncing Inter Milan by that name, by the way. Nor am I doing the same for AC Milan. I don't care that the game changed their names. Okay, they've already gotten a playoff space because other people have failed. Interesting, yeah. I guess 5 wins would end up getting it almost guaranteed. My bitch rate is up at 200,000. Why is it considering it bad? Anyway, we'll worry about it if it continues to be an issue. We should end up getting a playoff spot next anyway. Even though we don't want a playoff spot, we want to just get qualified straight through. And we'll continue to end up working with it. God, I must have looked at you years ago. Yeah, you're useless, so not going near you. Don't know why you're part of my shortlist. "61 players produced. That's bonkers. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong if you know this, I believe the stats for you creating the player is they needed to have been at your club for 3 years before they hit the age of 21. So it is technically possible, although incredibly unlikely, that Barcelona created the player and I created the player. Although that's not what happened, but yeah. You're damn fucking right I am. In fact, and this doesn't matter. Why did that make them positive? That's actually curious. Because I never get positive when I say anything positive beforehand. Is it because I gave the additional opinion? Maybe because the press officer's annoyed. Oh, okay. But I mean, we're second. What do you mean unwillingness and stubbornness? We're fucking second. Like, it might be a willingness and stubbornness, but it's a willingness and stubbornness that's working. That's a really stupid question. It is just a really, really stupid question. Like, that game is going to be really important, so. Diaz, you need to perform and good as well, because you're probably playing in this next match. Okay, so we need to try as best as we can to weaken the entirety of... to play a weakened squad against Bournemouth and still be strong to go up against City. And what's bad... Am I seeing things? It's fucking Arsenal directly after City. Oh... No easy games, huh? Atletico Madrid, it was me going too weak. Even though it wasn't a 100% weak squad, it was me going too weak. Wolves, it was an insanity that we didn't end up doing it, and Sabazlai missed a fucking penalty. Villa, it was insanity as well, considering we ended up dominating that game, and Isaac Johansson just decided to end up becoming prime Messi. So we should be grand versus Bournemouth. We have proven that these extra guys can end up doing it, and they proved it against Galatasaray. So, this will be interesting now. So I'm allowed vote for the World Player of the Year because I'm the manager of Portugal. So will this give me a player that's in my squad that I'm able to select for? Because if it is a player that's in my regular squad, that's broken. Although, to be fair, I don't know if in actual football you can be both the football manager of a team and you know, the national team, but it doesn't really matter. The answer to my question is no. So I mean, it just is Haaland. It's Haaland or Musiala. And Vinicius has had a really good season as well. So I think for me, 1 is Haaland. Two is Jamal. And 3 is Lamine Yamal. Yeah. I think that's the team for me. Not that it matters because I don't really care, but, you know, might as well be honest based on the stats that we're being given there. Were you asleep under a rock to assume it, Duck? I mean, he's always one of the best in the world. He's a bonkers player. David Henry. Another Henry coming up, and look at that. Look at that. Like, oh, yeah. The board would like to meet about increasing the budget. I mean, I'd prefer you end up increasing the budget revenue split than the actual transfer budget itself. But fair enough. But I mean, yeah, sure, go on. I mean, 20 million is a nice little increase, to be fair. And in theory, it means we can go and look for some people, but... I've learnt my lesson. Don't go near the dynamics. I'm tempted to go and speak and do a team meeting, giving them a rah-rah speech for playing so well. But I've learnt my lesson on how fickle these pain in the arses are, so we leave them alone. Oh! Oh! That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. So that means if we win against Bournemouth and win against City, there's a chance we go top of the table for a small period of time. That is... too high. Average stream bitrate is too high. Okay. Let's see if this will end up making a difference. Bitrate. Maybe this will stabilize it, I'm not sure. Van Brommel was an option. He came up for free not too long ago. He's not actually that bad of a player. He went to Benfica instead of actually joining us when we were with Palace. He's not a world beater or anything, but he's not a bad option. They got him for free. I tried to get him. It didn't end up working out for me. Oh, he was ranked 3rd in the NXG for the kids. Interesting. Well, like, it's fascinating, too, to see what ends up happening. So, when I ended up separating from the Crystal Palace run, I ended up playing on the Crystal Palace on my own in my own free time. Because, of course, streaming this meant that I wanted to play it more when I ended up finishing. And Franco Mastantino is, like, stat-wise is similar to this, but the man is an absolute unit. Like, he's world-class. Whereas here, he just hasn't developed enough. So I guess it all depends on your squad and who's developing them and all that. You probably have better trainers to train them. Okay, how risky do we want to be here? I don't know why you're tired, but we could do that. I mean, screw, we'll put Kanate on the bench for the City game. I'm going to keep Gundo there. And we'll swap Neves anyway for Manu, because we've been playing Zhao for the City game. We'll probably keep McAllister on because Barry will be the one playing for the City game. It's a big question whether or not to do the FA Silva partnership or the Salvatore Marcos partnership. Salvatore and Marcos have done really well with each other, but this has been running cylinders at the moment. I do think Jorginho has to be taken off for Nunez. Jorginho is the better player. And I do actually think Marvin is going to play over there even though we'll be playing someone who's not Matt Sharp versus City, but he seems to be the better player. It's a shame that Willems got injured. And there is one other alternative as opposed to Marvin Henry there. And that's Salvatore. Or Marcos there. No, I think he's the better player. We leave Marvin and we go with this. We go F.A. Silva in this game. And we go with this team. And then we go the full hog versus City. I think this is what we do. Thankfully, they're inconsistent as well, so that might help us. Oh, Robert Sanchez and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Really? Really? Their new stadium is the Eddie Howe Park. That's who they went with. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter, but like... Nice to see a new stadium, I suppose. Okay, in we go. We need to capitalize on this rare Man City mistake. So let's hope that we can do it. We're the away side. We're in good form. We should do well here. Already a corner. Maher should do better than that now. Pablo Maher should do much, much better than that. Oh, God damn it. It's going to be one of those matches. Nunez already doesn't seem up to his regular standard. And it looks like it might be a game where Robert Sanchez is actually going to play like a king. Well, they got an injury, so... Happy Rogers is praising his team. Fair enough to you, I suppose, Rogers. God, can't do anything with that set piece. I'd love if we got ahead quick, just to give us a sense of security. But we haven't played bad yet. I just don't like that Bournemouth are getting as much as they are out of us. I don't like that the best player on our side is Alisson, as they're cutting into us a wee bit too much. Vanderson's already losing intensity and fitness. And you kind of hope for a mistake. Can we get it? It kind of counts. I wonder if there was someone else there, then McAllister would have turned around that and ended up getting something. Potentially. This has been a bad half for us. Another showcase of our forwards just not doing enough. Alisson keeping us in the game at the moment. Need to make changes quick depending on how we end up starting this half. Hopefully the buff or the shout will end up helping them get into better format, better hunger. Oh, McAllister. McAllister's been very, very sloppy. And Darwin not shooting with his usual intensity either. At 60 minutes, if we don't have something, we'll make a couple of changes. Okay. This could be a goal for them. No, okay. Fair enough. So we're going to change both wingers. So I didn't want to do this so quick, but Eugenio and Marvin on, and maybe that'll give Marvin the extra bit of gravitas into his movement. Also, we have to take FA and Silva off and hope that the full lineup change will make a difference. I think we wait for the last slot. It might have been better to take off McAllister, but I think this is the better move at the moment. A draw is not a good result in this game. We need to win this game. Oh, Salvatore! Oh, you can't be failing to score on that. Oh, when you're being given a golden opportunity like that, you can't not score. Kone. Oh, Marcos, please, please, please count. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's just what we needed. I don't care if it's one goal. I don't care if it's the squeakiest of one goal leads, the wins that we end up getting. Just so long as we keep it. And now they're getting a wee bit too avarice. Salvatore not having a good game. Again, Salvatore. Unfortunate that. He's been in the right places. He's just been the wrong guy to finish it off. Some of those chances were FA would have scored them. McAllister to Konate. Vanderson. Oh, Eugenio's down and injured. Fuck. Oh, fuck. We're going to need to hope that Nunez is up for the game on City, because he's our only replacement for him. That is a bad time for that injury. That is a bad, bad time for that injury. And it's probably going to be a bad one too. Yeah, 3 to 6 weeks in a hamstring injury. Damn. It's not worth it to do the injections. I don't think it's ever worth it to do the injections. Bad timing. Both of our main wingers are out now. But we'll see. It's insanely annoying that both of our main wingers are out, though. Why? Piss off. Oh, sometimes this game and its scout and its squad plan makeup are stupid. Yeah. Anthony Gordon, too. Strong team, that. So we'll see how we end up doing. Interesting that it's Hewitt and not Rico Lewis, though. Interesting. But we'll see what ends up happening when we end up going up against them and what type of squad they end up putting up against us. I would assume that they're going to give us a really strong team. I mean, it is City. And City never do anything easy. So, be interesting to see how things end up going. I mean, the funny thing with them, too, is because they are City, they have so many options as well. Although, in real life, I am curious how they'll end up doing against Juventus. Because the Juventus squad that has been selected to go up against City tonight is not a feeble squad. It's not that weak of a squad. It must be said. I mean, like, it's a strong enough Juventus squad. And, like, it's a fairly strong City squad as well. In fact, probably their strongest squad they can put out at the moment. I do think Rico Lewis is on the wrong side, but Kyle Walker will always end up taking that right-hand side. So... And of course, as multiple people have said before, you're never going to replace the two of them, but Jack Grealish is better in the centre than he is at the left. And of course, then too, for the Arsenal squad, you have that. I still think playing Lewis Skelly as a left back is always a risky move, but he's a good player, to be fair. And Monaco, like, I don't know any of that squad, other than Vanderson, because obviously I have him. In this, but I don't know him in real life, so it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening. I'll be keeping my eyes to the ground on that game. Of course, funny too that in the only 2 games that are out at the moment, Atletico Madrid are winning against Slavia and Bratislava, and Lille are winning against Stuttgart as well. So, be interested to see how things end up going down. Of course, you have Dortmund versus Barcelona tonight as well, which will be another interesting kettle of fish, to be honest. Well, okay, we have someone to ban. Joys of it, so give us a moment. The joys of when you need to end up doing that. Okay, anyway. Palace ended up losing to Brighton, which was interesting. Okay. Tough to beat. That's a bit of an understatement. Tiny bit of an understatement to say that it'll be tough to beat. Well, they were just back, Kunis, so you need to... Well, I suppose I'll give you the quickness training that you're asking for, but, like, we'll see. You are just back from your injury. Don't be laughing at me being given random bots there, Duck. So let's continue to see anyway. And don't worry, Crack, the attack will always be, or the crack will always be attacked. How the hell am I messing up my own catchphrase? Don't worry, the crack will always be attacked here. Let's hope. Let's bloody hope, because we need to. We need to end up beating City. It's probably the most important game that we have so far this season. So we'll see how it ends up going. Anyway, let's get through all of these scouts first before we end up worrying about anything else. Oh, we've a draw as well. I love how City are the favourites for it. City must be the favourites for everything this season, to be honest. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Our unemployed... Holy moly. He is surprisingly good. There's no point. He won't... Yeah, I was going to say. Assistant manager would be the only role that he might end up taking, but... Anyway, there's way too many teams, so I'm just going to skip to the end of this. Who'd we end up getting? Liverpool and Huddersfield. So we got a championship side. Could have gotten better than that, but a championship side isn't a bad result to end up getting either, to be honest. Yeah, sorry, give me 1 second. So yeah, Huddersfield is a nice little task for us to end up getting. So we'll see how we end up doing against them. Although that's future down the line, that'll be a good bit before we get to that. Let's see. For the most part, I agree with 90% of what they're doing there. Nunez is the interesting one. I mean, with Jorginho injured, maybe. Because depending on which ones you end up swapping, I'd probably swap Nunez with Henry. I mean, I don't really care what De Zerbi ends up saying. I think we are the favourites. Because we have a little bit of strength in us that we can end up getting by with. So hopefully we'll be good enough in order to do it. It's always a tough match. But again, we've saved up a couple of our lower down players. It's equally important to both fans. So yeah. I mean, they are, especially considering how tight everything is at the moment. No comment. He's been one of their best players. Probably not. Error positivity. I mean, it's nice to have it. But yeah, no, nothing there that you wouldn't expect to end up seeing coming. At least he's not being used for this game, so, you know, not nice to see an injury happen to our replacement goalkeeper. But there are certainly worse things that could end up happening than him getting injured. One of our main focal players getting injured would have been a worse result. West Ham are coming all guns a-blazing at the moment. Arsenal are all guns a-blazing on us as well. Another team that's going to be on our arse all season. And then the cockroach that is Tony Mowbray. Ooh. So the board expect us to lose. And, well, that's not happening. None of that. Well, that's happening. I mean, we won the last time we faced them. Or did we? I don't know. It's not. It's. Oh yeah, we lost to them in our own championship. Yeah. Oh no, we bet them. Oh, okay, weird. That's a weird glitch. It's a weird glitch that I thought we lost that even though we won it. But that's an entirely different kettle of fish. That's pre-season. We'll see. I think we should be good enough to do it. Interesting that he's able to do that. I don't know how he does that. Won't be going for you anyway, but that's interesting. Interesting. Nice to see. Well, mixed results, to be honest, even though he's down as world class, so that's nice to see. And betting championship for Romero. We kind of, if we can get it, we kind of want to get Romero out on loan. I mean, we haven't really been playing him, so that does make sense. The unfortunate thing is he's just, again, another one that needs to go out on loan, but refused the loans when we tried to give him them. So we'll see. Is there any other important games today? No, not really. So, ladies, gentlemen, it's a time for us to attack Man City. And hopefully come out victorious against their perceived dominance. Joshua Moore there. Mahrez needs to be taken off. Benderson there. And then we go to there. So Moore and Silva, which is difficult to do because Kanate is having a good partnership with Silva. But I think Moore is the better player, so we go with this for now. Gundo will swap with Milos. We'll put Zhao back down here. We have Sir Bosley back, but not 100%. Oh, we don't have him back. Shit. Okay, so we'll go with Barry there. I mean, it's chancy to do it since he hasn't played there before. No. Stop what you're thinking. Stop what you're thinking. Stop being a fool. Nunez has played there before and does well there. So we'll go with Marcos and Salvatore here. It's just hard not to play Nestor since he's being so good. But, like, he hasn't been performing to his stats. When he's been given full games, he hasn't been performing where he needs to be. So I think this is the way we end up going. Okay. Well, it's time to find out if mistakes have been made. It's time to find out whether or not this was the right move to do. Cross your fingers and your toes, because we might need a bit of luck on this one. Yep, but we don't have a choice. Everyone is happy. Even if some people that are aroused. That's good. They're decent while we're strong. They have gone with their... Oh, the only change they've done is they put Rodri on as opposed to... Yeah, they've gone with the strongest side. Except for Haaland's not on. Is he injured? No. It doesn't say that he's injured. It doesn't say that he's missing either. Yeah. Well, they just took Erling Haaland off. That is, that's, questionable. And Rico Lewis is off as well. I mean, Calafiori is just a better option there, but, like... It did say that it thought Rico Lewis wasn't showing up. Palsovic? We'll see. We'll see. I think they might have gone a little bit weaker than I expected. Because their bench doesn't look... Well, I don't know an awful lot of those players. But it doesn't look mighty strong. Everyone but Alisson is in motivated and inspired spirits. Oh, Silva as well, let's hope. Okay, everyone but Alisson. Oh, of course. I mean, Turbin just is phenomenal. So we'll see how we end up doing. This is our most important match, bar none. So let's hope we do well. We need to. We need to come out with a win on this one. If I'm silent for much of this, my deepest apologies. I'll try not to be. Fuck! First play of the goddamn match! Oh, that's infuriating. Such a bad goal to let go in as well. Oh, that hurts in the soul. That hurts in the soul. And Marcos not doing particularly good on that header either. Derry to Berry, Berry to Trent, back Darwin. Oh, come on, guys. I mean, we've been the better team so far this half, but it means nothing if we don't get the goal. At the very, very, very least, we need to draw this game. At the very least. The fuck was that, Marvin? Legitimately, man, what was that? Nadari. I mean, two good interceptions there. Alisson should do much better than that, than kicking it back into play for them. We are just... We're not there. We're not here, unfortunately. We're not at it. We're not all game. City have just been the better team. Ah, shite. 60 minutes, we have to make our big changes. Okay, so again, this useless sack of shite hasn't performed. Marvin Henry we knew was going to be a risk, and we're going to have to put Diaz back on and hope that he does something. Mike Barry hasn't been performing good either, nor has Milos. But I think we make those two changes for now and see how things end up going. Hopefully Nestor can end up doing something for us. Get a glint of hope and something in, because we need some divine intervention, some showcase of brilliance. Diaz. They're playing around us. Yeah, I'm shocked that wasn't a goal. They're playing around us. They're making us look like fools. Yeah, they're making us look like fools. And I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. Oh, Diaz almost with a curl in. I mean, we have to make these changes. So Konate there. McAllister there. I mean, it doesn't matter yet, but we'll leave the last one in case something goes wrong. Can we grab something out of nothing in this? Can we clutch something out of the jaws of defeat? Not if you're doing passes like that, no. But if they're doing failed interceptions like that, maybe, Joe. Ugh. Darwin. Nestor! Oh, please count. Oh, why? Oh, that's almost cryable states. It's almost a cryable scene. Yeah, and Turbin comes out. Yeah, I think we're done, unfortunately. I think it's just finished. Yeah. Oh, that's such a big loss. You don't deserve it either. I can't be annoyed about it. Oh, that's such a big loss. Like, the sad thing about that is that I don't know if playing Nestor as opposed to Marcos would have mattered. In fact, I'm almost positive it wouldn't. I mean, maybe like it isn't the end because we're only 13 games in, but you could almost guarantee that that has resulted in the end of our championship of our Premiership title hopes. And it's just an unfortunate showcase if we had too many injuries coming around. And what's really annoying about it is we're going from one 6-pointer to another 6-pointer. Because we have to win against Arsenal. And I I think if we perform the way that we did against, I just get a Premiership job. You got to be kidding me. But if we perform the way we did against City, against Arsenal, we're losing that match. So we'll see. Hopefully, we can scrape, and will be scraping, something off of Arsenal. We can only do with what we can, and we'll try our best. But I'm fearful of it, to be honest. And maybe keep it while we continue on now with these. We'll be continuing to keep an eye on the Champions League matches as well, and end up seeing how they end up doing. See if anything surprising ends up happening. And just, continue to try everything we can. It is pretty much assured that we're going to end up making a couple of changes, though, because we kind of don't really have a choice. Like, a number of players play bad there. But this fucking trying to get us to fight, don't look at it as one person like that. No comment. No comment. No comment. No comment. Front foot. No comment. No comment. No comment. God, they're getting angry with me. Screw them. No comment. Yeah. To be honest, I don't really want to piss them off, but I'm not in the mood for them at the moment. I don't like pissing off the press conferences, but I'm just not in the mood to deal with their horse manure. So he's just back. Let's not rake him across the coals yet. Ibrahim Kanate doesn't have an excuse, though. He can be raped across the coals. Now, the big problem here is Joshua. We've specifically not had Joshua in the teams for the last wee bit, trying to get him to be ready for the Man City game. And he performed disastrous in that last game. So he's going back onto the bench, unfortunately. So we're going to go Kanate and Silva. We're going to, as much out of necessity than anything else, we're going to put Vanderson. Well, I mean, I suppose, fine, let's do this. Moore played bad the last time. This isn't going to be the role he's going to be playing in full time, but screw it. Trent is out. Vanderson hasn't been performing to the best of his abilities yet. We'll end up doing that. Milos hasn't either, so we'll swap you with him. Zhao didn't perform particularly good in that last game, so we'll put Manu on and hope he performs well. Berry didn't perform particularly well in that game either. So we'll bring Alexis McAllister on. Doesn't matter the Eva Good Union because Marcus is coming off for Silva. Salvatore didn't have a bad game, but he also didn't light the world on fire, so we'll put FA on. I don't know what to do with the wings. I think we continue with that and hope that this ends up doing well. It's a bit of a hodgepodge. Huh. Young boys are 1-0 up against Stuttgart. That's a nice little surprise. But yeah, we go with this. And hope that they perform well. Yeah, we'll go with this. Okay. And again, another case of cross your toes for me there because we need to win out of this. It's Luis Enrique. Ooh. They've done it again. I said it against City and it bit me in the arse, but they've definitely gone somewhat weaker against us. Was not having Osman, Joe Inacho, Declan Rice, and Mutigueras on is definitely weaker. But it could be a case of they just went strong as a result of the way things are going. Chipoodle, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it so much. I hope the stream ended up going well anyway. And thank you so much for raiding over to me. I appreciate it. Everyone is in good spirits. I could give you a little bit more of a boost. I think we'll try. Yeah, it didn't matter, but fine. So, with that now, I think we go in and we'll see. We'll hopefully do well now here because we need to. Okay. So we need to perform good here. It is of paramount importance that we win this game. So hopefully we'll end up doing well here. Can we get the first goal? Can we end up getting the quick out of the gun assault that we need here? Oh, you almost got a screamer there, Alexis. This means nothing yet, even though we're more over. Oh, my God, more. What a cross. Well, that's what you like to see. A whip of a cross there, and with the wrong foot, too, which is what makes that brilliant. Yeah, that defending should have been done better there by Arsenal as well, but, you know, you'll take everything you end up getting with glees and a smile. Oh, and another one. Alexis McAllister, nice. This is good. Because this was fundamentally a 6-pointer as well. So it's really good that we're after getting this. Now, at the same point in time, it is also incredibly important because 2-0 is the most dangerous score in all of football. Important we keep this up and, you know, stay strong. Because that happens. That is bonkers. Like, what a play. What a counter-attacking play by Arsenal. I mean, we can hope too we need to be careful now. We can't let go of this. We need to keep the chokehold on this game. Not let them do that. Oh. Oh, Becker, you're going back into your old habits. That is disgusting capitulation. This is going to be one bombastic game if it continues this way. And Henry having a second goal there, if he can continue to perform like this, is brilliant. But, like, we need to keep up now and hope that we end up, staying strong in this. Oh, good work by Allison to cover that. Nice passing work. I don't know. I think FA should have done a better job of trying to score that there now, to be honest. Interesting they're playing out from the back as well. Saka just has too much. Okay, so that's something we're going to need to end up doing. Gundo doesn't have the speed to keep up with Saka. And I don't know why McAllister just shot directly at the goalkeeper, but that's an entirely different kettle of fish. We might need to just bring on... I need to check and see if Milos is fast enough, because we might need to bring on Milos just because Gundo isn't fast enough to keep up with Saka. His pace. It's 16. I mean, he's bloody fast. Jeez, that was risky. Oh, Darwin. Oh, Darwin, what? I mean, they deserved, they're offside, and, you go with what was given, but they probably deserved that goal after that catastrophic mistake by Darwin Núñez. Oh! Henry with a turn and then a massive deflection. That is a bonkers goal. That is the mother of all deflections. Oh, Henry should have done a far better job at directing that one. We have been by far the better team in this one, even though Kai Havertz has been sensational for them. Let's have a look at Saka, though. Saka's speed is 16, so he's the same speed, but he has more natural fitness. Milos is as fast, but he has more natural fitness. I don't know. Do we make the change? I think we do. And it's ironic, too, that even though Nestor is on the pitch, he's not performing to the extent that he needs to either. But we'll worry about that later. It still was the right move not to play Marcos here. So Kone for Zhao and Gundo for Milos. And I think those are the only changes we make. Again, they have firepower in them, so we still need to be careful. Zhao is on the clock already, so that's good. More. Henry. Ooh. Oh, what an interception by Sylvia. Oh, more. Almost. Damn, man. Oh, no. Gilmore should have ran for that, in my opinion. That was a mistake by Arsenal. Gilmore should have ran that and hoped that someone came up for support. Is that a penalty? No, thank fuck. Oh, Odegaard. Okay, at 75 we'll make our final changes. Darwin Núñez needs to be taken off. Fair enough, we'll put Salvatore there. Henry needs to be taken off. Fair enough, we'll put Diaz there. And you haven't performed brilliantly, but we'll take Marcos and put him on for you. Again, probably stupid to use all of the subs, but you have them, use them, and hopefully we don't get an injury. Like, 2 goals is not enough of a barrier to sleep on. And I think someone just got injured. Zhao. Oh my god. Shooting from 40 yards out and almost getting a goal too. Only Arsenal. More now down to Effort to McAllister. Oh, McAllister should do better with his first touch. Milos. Oh! Oh, penalty! Oh no, but it's McAllister that's going to end up taking it. I don't want McAllister to take it. Well, too late. Well, happy out you scored, McAllister. I don't know who to put on penalties, because some of them have nasty habits of doing anything, but a 5-2 result is good for us. We kind of want to hope that City have a stinker against Bournemouth. Osman will go with that. Oh, okay. Stinker against Bournemouth, but I doubt it. I doubt it to the extreme. And like Salvatore, I know that's not the role we've been playing you in the last wee while. But you have to do better than that. Yeah. That all comes from Salvatore. It doesn't matter that it was offside. That all comes from Salvatore. And Milos too, to be honest, but that comes from Salvatore. Salvatore's mistake ultimately led to what that ended up becoming. Still, ultimately, we won. So, that's good. We need to hope that City lose. 6-pointer for us too, because Arsenal are on our tails. And we needed the goal differential. What age is Kai, by the way? 30. And his contract is up at the end of this year. Ooh, yes. If I can sign him for free, I'd happily do so. Although we won't get the option because he's English. He'll probably go off to one of the other ones. Unless his contract runs out, then we can end up getting him, unfortunately. But anyway, a ton of credit. Wouldn't swap him for anyone. Brilliant done there. I mean, no, he was brilliant. Brilliant against us. Fortress. Ugh. We've Bayern Munich next in the Champions League, so we'll play a fairly strong team against them as well, because we don't want to give up any more points in the Champions League either. So we'll see how we end up doing there. And City got the 1-0 win. I mean, they deserved it. I don't know how they got it before half-time. I mean, you can only hope for miracles every now and again. And eventually we'll be hoping that we end up getting a miracle off of City causing some element of foolishness. Causing some falter. Any other surprises here? Chelsea bet United. Bit of a surprise. Puts United down a good bit. Puts Palace into 4th place. I mean, I don't know what the hell we have to do in the world rankings in order to improve that. We're tight. We're close to them. We're getting on them. We might be number 1 soon enough. So we'll see how things go against Munich. Munich will be a difficult game, but I mean, fair enough. %, my arse. 10% my arse. That'll be a nice little extra for us to get that from Ramos. And we got 121 million for him, by the way. Astronomical numbers for a 30-year-old at the time. Highest transfer I've gotten in a long time. Really? They're putting Salvatore up there. I might actually have to do that, funnily enough. As funny as that is. Is he really no credence to signing? I mean, fair enough. I mean, I'm going to be an ass and do that, by the way, but I have it. I'm going to use it. I mean, I want to keep you. You're one of the best players in the world at the moment. Unless someone comes in with a massive offer for you, then I'll happily sell you. It was a mistake that you didn't get put into the Champions League squad. Legit, just a mistake. Not even facetiousness by me. It literally is just a mistake. Stuttgart got their goal. Nottingham? I thought he was going for Leeds. That's even worse. We'll see how long you end up lasting with them, big man. Good luck, I suppose. Not going to discuss that. Okay, anyway, let's continue on for now. I'll never not be salty when I end up seeing him. I mention it every time I see this man's profile. I'll never not be salty whenever I see it. Like, it's bonkers that his current ability is as low as it is in terms of this stat, with stats like that. Keep going now for now. Ardgulla, of course. God, I'd love him. Although that wage. that fucking wage. Sesko's in a good format. We tried to get Radu a couple of years ago, and we could have gotten him back when we were with Palace before he joined Bayern. But he wasn't anywhere near the player that he is now. Bayern did 100% create him into the player that he is now. 100%. And we tried to get Tivo Livramento at one point as well. I'm shocked he's never played for England. I really am shocked he's never played for England. I figured. Yeah, Karim Konate too. At one point we tried to get him, but it just didn't work out. And Ignacio we want. If we can get the money for him, we want Ignacio. Anyway, let's continue on for now. FA there. Well, FA will be playing. He got his brand new contract, so he'll be playing in this next game anyway, no matter what. So the selection it thinks is this. Well, we're not going to end up doing that. FA will continue. Well, we're actually going to play this, considering the two of them have their unity. And we will continue with Nunez there with Henry. Well, actually, Henry won't be playing. He's too tired. Okay, well then in that case... Shit. Okay, well we're going to try something completely different. This might burn on us. We might end up getting our arses literally clapped 10 ways to Sunday on this one. But we'll put McAllister on the wing with Salvatore on the other one. Barry up front, even though McAllister's tired as well. Jesus, guys. I mean, the other option is we put Milos there, even though it's not Milos' usual role. Or we put Marcos there. I mean, yeah. No. I do actually think it's better to go with Milos. Legit, I do actually think it's better to go with Milos. I think this is probably what we're going to have to try, and it's interesting that we're going to have to put our wing back into the position of being a winger because we just have too many injuries on certain players. And because of the Champions League format restrictions, we have Anderson 99%, Guindo at 95, Antonio Silva there. No, I think this is what we go with. We go with this, and we see how we end up doing. But I have to make a quick reprieve myself, and the advertisements are about to end up coming on. So I will be back momentarily. I hope you guys are still here when I end up coming back. But just until then, I'll be back as soon as I can. Thank you. Have I returned? Do we have audio? Am I audible at all? Or is everything gone disastrously bad? You couldn't write this crap. Happy out. At least I'm back now. Apologies about that. Spent 10 minutes trying to figure out what went wrong with it. I really do need to make that technical support page. Although, wait, my camera is now off. Are you? Oh my god. This is a special level of cock. This is amazing. Bear with me. I think, much to my chagrin, the camera just might be gone. Have to bear with me a wee bit longer. I mean, Duck, if you want to, I'll allow you to redeem the silence. Let's just see, hopefully. And indeed, I have returned. Thank God for that. There's a couple of new options in there too. Some of which I will find incredibly hard if any of you end up doing, like the no cursing, because I'm disastrously bad at that if any of you have ended up watching me. And, yeah. But if there's anything you end up recommending, by the way, as I mentioned before, there's a suggestion box there in the whole lot. If you can think of any channel point additions or anything that would be nice to end up adding, put them into that and I'll end up thinking about constructing them. But anyway, back to what we were looking at. Yes, we were initially planning going up against Bayern Munich. If you'd believe that, that was initially one of our goals. So hopefully that'll end up doing it. Okay, anyway, let's go into this game and see how things end up going. Yeah, I really shouldn't put that option in there, but screw it. Actually, you know, I might actually end up putting that one in there. Now that I think about it, that's actually not a bad option. And I'll just think about what values to end up putting in it, and obviously, depending on the game that we end up playing, change them around. So yeah, that's actually not a bad old option. So there we go. Okay. I have a note of that kept. Thank you so much, Duck. Well, you're going to make my life a living hell with that one eventually. Anyway, let's continue on and hope that the gruesome twosome up front of Efe and Salvatore will end up doing well there. Oh yeah, we sold Nico Gonzalez to them. And they bought João Rego. I thought Inacio was meant to be injured. Interesting. And they have Ange Postecoglou as well. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully we'll be able to expand this community up to the point where we've plenty of people communicating on and plenty of points being spent at some particular point in time. Just for the gish. Just for the crack. But that's future down the line. For now, we'll just enjoy small, tranquil streams like this and just go forward, enjoying where we are. I mean, we performed well against them, so we should end up hopefully performing well here. FA performed brilliantly. We literally don't have a choice. Good, I think. Yeah, wouldn't have. Imagine. You got timed out and ended up having your thing go craps. You just end up having me going. You know, be awesome. Also, this is a kit clash. I know they have white on their kit, but like, I don't know if they'd actually allow that type of kit clash to happen, would they? I'm not actually sure if they'd allow both teams to end up wearing this. And why are we actually wearing our home kit? Oh, well, we're home. Okay. Never mind. Didn't even realize we were at home. And Nestor with a goal. Nice. Nice to see Nestor getting it into him. It's really good that we have a competitive nature up front. Like, we have Salvatore to take this place. We have F.A. to take that place. We have Marcus, who can play good, who normally does play good. Like, I love seeing F.A. performing and getting a new contract and showcasing himself up. I mean, we're performing fairly good here. Couple of weaknesses like this where they're just being a little, don't. Vanderson, that better not be. Okay, I was bloody wondering. That's scary. But like, that, wasn't even expecting that to end up going into the goal, but just the passing flow of the team to be able to get in there. And brilliant it was Mike too. I like Mike getting good performances in. So just so you know too, in case you want to tune in to the stream tomorrow, as things initially stand, and yes, what the fuck was that, Silva? I'm sorry, I'll get back to what I was talking about in a minute. What type of run was that? Holy moly. It's almost like everyone just stopped, dead in their tracks. That was a beautiful, beautiful run and a beautiful goal for a defender. That's insane. And then they go and do that. Wow. 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 Sometimes. And Silva's fault too. Silva let him by. Anyway, what I was saying was tomorrow I'm going to play, potentially, things might change, but this is the plan at the moment. Tomorrow I'm going to end up playing Path of Exile 2. I played a tiny bit the Path of Exile 1. The skill tree scared me a bit, and I never really played ARGs, so it'll be interesting to experience it. So if you want to come in and see that, you can do. And the dairy down. Oh, very beautiful, beautiful. Milos in there doing the wee bit of work too, which is brilliant considering that's not typically his role up here, to still have the wherewithal in order to do the connection right. Now it was literally just a tap after FA blocking 5, like block checking 5, but you know you need to take the passes that you end up going with. Mm. 4-1 at halftime is a good result for us. Very good result, in fact, for us. Ooh, that's an interesting kettle of fish. So, my attention was parlayed, obviously due to my own screw-ups, from the Champions League games that are taking place at the moment. And Arsenal are 1-0 up versus Monaco. Saka ended up scoring as well. And Milan are 1-0 up versus Bellegarde, with Leao scoring for them. And it seems that City are in control of the Juventus game, even though they haven't managed to score. So, be interested to see how that ends up happening. I like being as honest as I can with my reactions and just, you know, enjoy it as they come. Be happy with the happiness, be sad with the sadness, and just, you know, be 100% honest, because what's the point in not? Bear with me now 1 second, guys. Yeah, sorry there, guys. Just unexpected things after happening there, and I have to finish up for the night, unfortunately. So I'll chat to you all later, okay? It was a pleasure having you so far tonight, so I'll chat to you later. Have a good one.